Alright, so earlier today we picked up the kit and I printed out the instruction. So guess what? We're going to start doing the install to the GTR. So again, let's just go over some parts. So the parts that I have again are, we're going to lay it all out again. We got the harnesses, the main harness, some of the GPS antenna. This is the camera as I showed you earlier with some of the video cables. This I believe is a screen and other camera cables, video cables, and another harness, and another harness, and then this is the brain that I showed you earlier. So we're going to go through slowly, through page by page, kind of see how to install this. We're not gonna go through this. We're gonna go by step, but I'm gonna time lapse a lot of it. But first things first, let's disconnect the battery from the engine. Okay. So first things first, gotta be safe. And let's see here. Where am I at? Tools. Lots of tools, but I don't know exactly where they're at. Connecting the terminal first. So there's the battery terminal. So from now on, let's hop into the car. We need a couple prying tools. I'm probably going to bring something like this, like this, like this. Just some tools I can wedge a couple of them, get the trim off easily. Okay, and then of course I'm gonna need some screwdrivers. One of these probably won't hurt either. A hook, a couple small hooks, and then a Phillips screwdriver. Find a good one. All the tools in the world, but can't find a good Phillips screwdriver for right now. Okay. I think this one will be good. Alright, so first thing I gotta do is, according to the instructions here, I need to take off the trims. Wow. So first, the two sides gonna come out, and then from there, I can start removing the pieces. So let's start doing that. Okay, so I took off the two side trim pieces, and then I removed 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. These are Phillips screws. And then from there, I just gently use my hand and kind of pop the radio out. So I'm kind of recording and working on this at the same time. So here you are right here. As you can see, this unit kind of comes right out already. So here you go. I had it out for a second there, but it did pop out. So gently. Don't rush. There we go. So, okay, this comes out. So you can see right here, this unit comes out. And then here's all the harnesses in the back. So they're pretty easy. I'm sure it's pretty easy to match. But let's take a look. So when this part here, this bottom, these 3 button controllers, to be able to pop it out, there are actually tabs behind here, right here. So you have to kind of reach behind here using your finger to kind of lift it a little bit just to help you guide it out. Just so that you have some, don't just keep yanking, pulling on it. You have to gently do that. Okay, since I never really taken apart this middle part of GTR, this was a little bit tricky for me, that is. You see that there's this indentation here? This actually is the clip and just pushes this knob down. From the way it was looking, I thought it was going to come out from here, but actually this whole assembly comes out. So this groove here, don't let it trick you. The entire assembly comes out here. Okay, now for the little bit scarier part for me. From what I understand, the diagram states here, the entire dash top kind of comes out. Just comes out with clips. So basically, the pressure points are here, here, and here. So I'm pretty gonna gently use some tools, and I guess not gently, but just using my fingers, I was able to pop that out pretty easily. So let's continue with that. Just kind of work my way through, so I have to be careful with it. And pop the interior. So I read a couple of times in different forums. I don't think I need the entire assembly to completely come out, meaning this entire dashing. I just gotta be able to get to the back of the screen. So I think that with this lifted up, I'm able to access the screws, and from there up top and also on the bottom to ultimately get to the cable behind the display, which is this cable right here. You can see my finger right here. This cable that connects to the display. So I think you can see my finger here. You can see this cable right here. I'm kind of wiggling back and forth. This connects to the back of the monitor, and that's I believe the final cable, one of the final cables I have to be able to loop in the module and everything. Okay, so I connected everything that I double checked the wires. You know, I looked at everything. The only thing that's kind of weird right now for me is this touch part. I didn't see any wires that came with touch per se, so that's the only part I'm concerned about. But I reconnected everything according to the thing, and with the screen there's actually two cables back there, but I only use one of them, which is the screen one, but the other one, it goes back to the original harness. I think it links through somehow through this. So I'm gonna plug everything back. I plug everything back in. I haven't set up with the wires yet, and this is gonna be my first beta test to see what happens. Hopefully it's gonna go okay, but we'll see what happens in a second. And ladies and gentlemen, I have liftoff. So it looks like it works. So I gotta start putting things back together. Let's see what happens to this. I gotta play with this. So touch screen does work, and now I just gotta put things back together and start playing with it. Cool. I'm very happy it works. Now I gotta figure out where to put this box back. This is a complete mess right now, but it does work. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, so it was a little weird at first, but I did get it working. I'm not sure how it actually works yet, but I did get wireless CarPlay to work also, so it was very cool. I need to figure it out again. So I switched the car on right now. Okay, so here you go. So it says okay. Okay, I have to make sure my Wi-Fi is on. Okay, so it's scanning my device. That's what trying to connect. So it's connecting. So there you go. So here's my phone also. Okay, see? CarPlay, baby, wireless. No wires whatsoever. Very cool. Now, as for from a sound perspective, there you go. Yeah, I'm a happy camper. Okay. I'm still just learning what's on here. But I think after I put everything back, I think it'll be a little bit better, a little bit more fluid. But right now, it's just because so it works, no doubts about that. It works, and there it is. I can even swipe. It's just because I have all this stuff in the way right now. I'm putting it back yet, so it's very cool. So far it seems pretty cool, man. I just gotta figure out how to work this. I'm super happy. I just gotta put all this back together now. So cool. Okay, so I finally finished my GTR. Dude, it's finally back put together. It was not easy. So here's a couple things about it for sure. And I'm pretty sure that you saw some of the some of what I put together already as a video. So here's the thing. And man, Chris told me that was a 45-minute job, and it was not, because with all the components here, I had to take it out, and then all the dash. I think approximately there was about 20 screws, to be honest. There was about 20 screws. But the thing was, it was a little bit weird to figure out, because all the instructions just was not clear. It's far from clear, and you had to do a lot of guessing, and you just had to do a lot of button mashings to get the combo correct, to just get the CarPlay to come on. I started the job around 9:30, 10 o'clock p.m. Pacific time, and it is now currently 1:36 a.m. So I took my time, but it was just not easy. It was not an easy job. But with that being said, I am very happy that I do have Apple CarPlay. I have not gotten back to the regular GTR screen yet, the regular Nissan screen. I know it can, but I just don't know how to. Additionally, the front camera that it came with, I installed that on the front already. But with that being said, I still haven't been able to access it yet. So that's something I'm going to have to touch base with Chris tomorrow morning about. But overall, I mean, it was okay. I think that this is not a novice project. It's definitely a more of a medium to expert project. If you really don't know what you're doing, I would take it to someone. But overall, I think it should be fine. It's just a couple quirks I have to learn about it. And again, I can't stress enough how poor the instructions are. The instructions of how to take the car apart. Taking the car apart is pretty easy. I mean, anytime if you have worked with any cars whatsoever, the parts are pretty easy to come off, because this is a Japanese car at the end of the day. A little scary here and there to pop things off, but overall it was pretty easy. But what was hard is the fact that to know that, was it working, was it not? There was just not that type of confirmation. But anyways, it was a good project. I keep sharing the updates for you. I'll do another videos once I get used to more of the functions and everything, and then I can share with y'all. Till then, peace. Thanks.